got Mercedes here. Common coolant leak comes from the housing, which is this one here. It's all part of the diesel filter. You've got to remove the diesel filter. Here's a new unit. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start by removing the breather box. Okay, so now the breather box has been removed, I'm going to be removing the EGR cooler. Should be a couple of bolts, 1, 2, 3, one down the back here, one down the back here, and disconnect these coolant pipes here to remove that out of the way. Okay, so that's the EGR cooler removed. It's those 6 bolts. There's one bolt which goes in the side under here to locate it. There's one bolt at the top here. Obviously this goes up here. It's got a single bolt in there. I remove that to get out of the way so I can undo that. A few extensions. Obviously all the coolant pipes have been removed from the top of here. You can see the puddle of coolant, which is obviously from where it's been leaking. There you go, there's the EGR cooler. There's one bolt at the bottom there, one underneath. So next thing what I'm going to have to remove is this plastic shield here. That covers the wiring loom, gives you more access. Remove this metal bracket here, so I can actually see there's a coolant pipe there which bolts onto the bottom just here with a little clamp. There's a coolant pipe up here which needs removing, and then I'm going to remove the fuel filter. Okay, so that's the fuel filter removed. Just push it to the side. Remove this lower coolant pipe here. Remove the coolant pipe at the back. Torx bit in there. There's a Torx bit in there, and there's a Torx bit down the back there. Once you remove those, get a pair of grips on this clip here. That's for the water pipe. Hold that open, so obviously the pipe's free, and then wiggle this whole unit off the pipe until it's released. Right, so that's the coolant housing removed. I've left the mold grips on them clips just so I could push the housing back on. There's a puddle of coolant. This is where it bolts up to the face. There's a bolt there, and there's that other bit where I said the filter housing bolts onto, just there. There is also one here which holds this little bracket on top of the housing, but you'd notice that. So here is the housing. This is the old one. So this is what happens to it. So in the bottom corner here, at the bottom, that's what happens. The seal folds up, that breaks up inside, folds up, and then the coolant comes out the bottom of it here. So get the new one. The new one is slightly different on the, so the new one does have 3 bolt holes. I can't see 3 bolt holes on that housing to bolt it to, but I think this coolant housing is used on different engines, not just this one, so that extra bolt hole would probably be for another vehicle, but using those 2 obviously was enough for this housing, so I'll be using these 2 again and see how we get on. So that's the new one fitted. Just got to attach all the coolant pipes. Obviously do it in reverse, put the diesel filter in, EGR cooler, and then the vacuum bottle, and then we're good to go. Thanks for watching.